dedication to the sit-in movement and the sit-inners as they prepare to celebrate their anniversary. So this morning you will be hearing from the people that will be putting it together. In the meantime, this portion of our program is brought to you by Gates Barbershop, located at 2609 North Martin Luther King in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. It's not too late now. You can go and get the haircut of your choice. Master Barber Starks and the two Gates are there to take care of you. That's all at 2609 North Martin Luther King in Oklahoma City. You do not have to have an appointment. Just go right in at 2609 North Martin Luther King. Hometown is open for your convenience to 12 o'clock, located on Northeast 23rd and Martin Luther King. And when you go in, look for the bargains, and they have some bargains there today. At Hometown 2001 Northeast 23rd Street or 23rd and Martin Luther King. How about some insurance? We have some fine insurance agents in Oklahoma City. And now I would like to tell you that Marilyn Hildred, Apron Calvin would like to invite you to Allstate Insurance Headquarters, 730 North Britton Road. Now they call it the headquarters. They want to look at your insurance papers, and they really want to be your insurance agent. You may call them Monday at 843-0811 in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. The 11th Annual Oklahoma City Youth Council Leadership Conference is being held in Oklahoma City. It started yesterday and is scheduled for today. They are discussing some very important things. Which way do I go? Dr. Wesley Long is here to help. Then they talk about the KEEP program and what kind of life that young people should live. The special guest is Erica Harrell, who is the reigning Miss America 2003. Her platform is preventing youth violence and bullying. Respect yourself and protect yourself. Not only that, there are some important things that are going on in Oklahoma. Reverend Larry Holmes, the coordinator of this program, is there. It's being held at the Greater Mount Olive Baptist Church. And the registration is only $15 and $25 for each adult sponsor attending. You will be able to have a continental breakfast, snacks, and the banquet. Oh, it will be quite an occasion. Speaking of occasion, they are in town. They are in town. Young graduates of Douglas High School are in town. There is a Douglas High School reunion. They call it the 50s reunion. It's being held at the Holiday Inn Hotel and Suites, 6200 North Robertson in Oklahoma City. It says, get your kicks on Route 66. Mrs. Vera Barr has put it together. And you're talking about singing. They were singing, we will forever love dear old Douglas. Well, oh, dear old Douglas, we will be true. For her in every way, we will fight today. We will fight, fight, fight. Oh, what a song. And the governor has congratulated them, the mayor of the city. And Mrs. Vera Barr and her committee are all smiles because the people have come from all over the United States. Hollis Pickett smiling because it's going to be a great one. Now, incidentally, they came into Oklahoma City on Thursday. But on Friday, they had a full breakfast. They had bacon sausage and turkey bacon. And then they had a class meet, and it was quite one. But it was a bit walk down memory lane as they remembered the classmates that sleep in yonder cemetery. They did that in Ballroom D. and it was something to behold. And then they had an Oklahoma barbecue. They had games and music. But this morning at 9 o'clock, they started on a tour. They're going to the Cowboy Hall of Fame, Bricktown, and then they're coming to Freedom Center. Mrs. Lydia Ruth Hunter has been working on that reception. But tonight at 7 o'clock, the Douglas High School, I don't know what to call them, reunion party will be eating steak and lobster tails. Now, haven't they come a long ways from the 50s? Steak and lobster tails, and they having a twice baked potato, asparagus, rolls, desserts, tea, and all kind of drinks tonight as they have their big dinner in the Remington Ballroom. On Sunday they will go to church. The church services will be conducted by Charlie Miller Starks, the minister. And then a good old country fried chicken dinner. And then a farewell party. They say they will see you at the next reunion. Sure hope you get your kicks on Route 66. Well, the Dungy students are getting ready for a reunion. It's called the Dungy All-School Reunion. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Calling all Dungy Tigers, musicians, directors, and choir members. It's that time again for our Dungy old-time worship services. Now, the Dungy All-School Reunion will be August the 7th at 7 p.m. at the First Baptist Church of Green Pastures, where the Honorable Reverend Raymond L. Wundick is the pastor. Now, the rehearsals have already started. The last rehearsal, incidentally, they will be rehearsing today at 4 o'clock at Israel Chapel. And the last rehearsal will be August the 2nd at the First Baptist Church of Green Pasture. Each year they have a wonderful time, and they are looking forward to seeing you. Mentoria McHugh Mitchell, Trudy Ruffin, Gloria Anderson Ward, Marvel Parker White, Paulette Orange Mosley, and Larry Fugger saying, don't you do anything until you hear these young people sing. Hear ye. Indoor sale today at 522 Northwest 23rd Street in Oklahoma City. That's between Walker and Dewey. They are selling candles, gift items, clothing, handbags, new and used, great prices. From 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. You all come at the Unique Boutique. Unique. It's unique. And go out and see what they have. They have some handbags that I'm sure you'll be interested in. Well, it's Freedom Fiesta time in Oklahoma. And that's the time of year that Oklahoma remembers the sit-in movement and those people that played a large part in it. Today I would like to tell you about 2 funerals that I attended this week. I want to tell you about this because I think it's very, very important that you will understand how things have changed in Oklahoma City. The change just didn't happen. It happened because someone was in a position to bring about the change. And it was this week, July 25th, 22nd, that Oklahoma said goodbye to the judge's judge, the people's judge, Judge Luther L. Bohannon. The services was held in the area that he loved so well, in the Nichols Hills United Methodist Church. The organ music, so soft, so real. Dr. Grayson L. Lucky presided. That was a common prayer, and that was a hymn, "Oh God, our help in ages past," and it was well done by the choir. There were witnesses and remembrance. James P. Lynn remembered the judge and related many experiences that he had had with him. The Honorable Judge Leora West remembered the judge's judge. And then Vivian Dow, dressed in a black dress, stepped up to the microphone. There she related her experiences as a child, how she remembered Judge Bohannon. She related the Robert L. Dow case and talked about her father, Dr. A.L. Dow, and the respect that he had for Luther Bohannon. Let me refresh your memories. If it had not been for Judge Bohannon, those of us that's black like me, and I'm blacker than a blackberry, would not have had the opportunity to teach in white schools. When I say white schools, in schools that had been predominantly white. And those of you that are white would not have had the opportunity to teach in what is called black schools. Vivian Dow narrated it so well, her voice so well modulated, her vocabulary so outstanding in her dignity. All the respect that she had for Judge Bohannon was evident. And in that song, The Rock That Is Higher Than I, the spoken word was given by Dr. Grayson L. Lucky, as he talked about, until you do to the least of these, you really have not done anything. But his closing was one that I shall never forget. And at the closing of this, I don't know what happened. It was as if tears began to roll out of my eyes because I was so grateful that God had let me see the day. And I would go to a white church in Nichols Hill, and hear these words as Dr. Lucky said. Judge Bohannon's life could best be summarized in the words of a great writer. A great writer. A man from Jacksonville, Florida, that wrote these words: lift every voice and sing. And then a young man stepped to the microphone and sang, lift every voice and sing, as we stood all over that audience, knowing that history was being made, because never before had anything like this happened. Thank God for the memories of Judge Bohannon. I never shall forget the last time I saw the judge on the bench. And the judge in his preliminaries looked out at me and said, Clara, Luper, I love you. And many times I've disagreed with you, but I still love you. And I've done my best. What else could a person do? And it was on Thursday, July the 24th at the 5th Street Missionary Baptist Church that we said goodbye to a lady that had meant so much to the church. A lady that had worked in so many different organizations and had given her life in the great cause of service. When I think of Mrs. Salmon, I think of the Women's Day, when history was made at Fifth Street Baptist Church, when we raised over $20,000, and when she invited us in her home in order that we could finish our planning. But they were there on Thursday at 10 o'clock to say goodbye to Mrs. Alma Salter. So many kind words were spoken. The family, the links, the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, Reverend James O. Bradford, and there were resolutions from the senior mission and from the church. The eulogy was by Reverend A. Byron Coleman. Leonardo DeBose was at the piano. And then the recession of going home. Yes, we followed her. We followed her body on out to the Hillcrest Memory Gardens. In the Garden of the Good Shepherd, she was laid to rest. Clara Luper reporting. As we prepare for the Freedom Fiesta, a time when we celebrate the beginning of the sit-in movement, a time when all Oklahoma City will become involved, I would like to ask you I would like to tell you what we plan to do during the month of August because we need your help, we need your brains, we need your support. The Freedom Fiesta is a time that we look back. We look back on that August 19th, 1958, when 13 young people and their advisor went to Cat's Drug Store and started a movement that opened public accommodations to all people. Every time you go into a restaurant, you should be reminded that it just didn't happen. It happened because from 1958 to 1964, young people stood on the streets in Oklahoma City and asked for permission. Now these, I'm going to give you the days, and I want you to become involved because you have the brains, you have the resources, and you have a choice. It's a week when we compete to see who can have the greatest day. First, there's a Doc Williams Day, which starts on Sunday at the Quails United Methodist Church with Mrs. Bosie Walker. And those of you that would like to help Mrs. Bosie Walker today, you may call out here and we'll give her the message. Then on Monday, it's John Green's Day. John Green, the attorney that stood in front of the judges and argued for liberty, justice, and equality. What a day. Oh, the next day is Cecil L. Williams Day, the black businessman. And that's a day. And then Mrs. Leola Ford is in, and Miss Wilma Ray is in charge of that day. And I will have Miss Ray on the telephone in just a minute. Then the Sit-Inners Day, where Mrs. Gloria Matthews stepped forward, assisted by Marilyn Hildred, Calvin Luper, Elmer Washington, and others. What a day. And then the President's Day with Adelia Jackson, Coco Thomas, Charles Shelton, Henry Clay, and others. And then on Friday, it's Letty Ruth Hunter, Lillian Oliver, and Nancy Davis Day. Although Lillian sleeps in yonder's grave, her name is still preserved on the pages of our history. And then on Saturday, it's Clara Luper's Day. What a day. A parade. A day. A banquet. We'll be telling you all about it. And we have Wilma Ray on the telephone. Wilma? Hello?
This morning.
Good morning.
Oh, I am so excited. I am so excited. I can hardly wait. I wanted to tell everybody out in the radio land about my day during the Freedom Fiesta week. That's Tuesday, and that is Cecil L. Williams Day. And my goodness, that day, because Cecil L. Williams was an advocate for voters registration and all, we are going to honor him on that day. And I wanted to talk to the audience to get them to come and register. If they haven't registered, come register. If they know someone who has not registered, bring them or send them. But we want to get as many people registered as we possibly can. I am so excited. Also, we're going to have a Salad Fest during that time, and we would like for you to come and eat with us while you're registering. I tell you, that's going to be a great day, and we are expecting lots of people to come out. So won't you think about helping us and come on out and help us, because that's going to be a great, great day. That's Tuesday.
Miss Ray, I understand that you and Mrs. Leola Ford have decided that you will defeat the champion this year.
Oh, Oh, of course we are.
Would you make a public statement to that effect that the Cecil L. Williams Day will be the largest day both in attendance and finance?
I will stand today and say that Cecil L. Williams Day, Tuesday, will be the largest day financially and with voters and everything. We just going to go over the top.
Well, thank you so very kindly.
Okay, you're welcome.
We are talking about the Freedom Fiesta Day, and on Tuesday you will have the opportunity to see Mrs. Leola Ford and Miss Wilma Ray.
Mom, that's very important. Freedom Fiesta is a very important time of the year, not only because we will be celebrating the start of the civil rights movement here in Oklahoma City, the start of the sit-in movement, but because of the fact that it's special. Special time because the people who these days that we've named the days after have been there in the very front and willing to take up the battle when others would not even think about getting out of their bed to come help. I think of Doc Williams, I know Cecil Williams, I know the sit-inners, and the many other people that we will be honoring during that week. But the big thing, the objective this year is to register as many people as possible to vote. I think we have a goal of at least 1,000 new registered voters, and that should be pretty simple because now with the changes in the law, if you're 18 years of age, you can vote. If you've been in prison and you felony
and you serve your sentence, you can vote. And
you can register to vote. So all we're trying to say is that every day will be important. That Tuesday, the emphasis will be on something that was very close to Cecil's heart, and that's voter registration. But every day of that week, we want you to come by the Freedom Center, be a part of the activities of Freedom Fiesta Week. But make sure that you are registered to vote. If you're 18 years of age, be ready to register when you come there.
Okay, Calvin, we have someone on the line.
All right. Good morning.
Luper.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. That's Mrs. Gloria Matthews.
I'm calling a little bit early
because I'm leaving.
The radio down.
I'm leaving. I'll have to move from it. Miss Luper, I am calling about my day, which is the Sit-Inners Day.
And that's on Wednesday.
On Wednesday. And I will be calling all sit-inners and them to join me, and we will be having a reception, and we'll be giving away 25 gallons of gas that day. And
I need some gasoline to put in my beautiful Mercury.
Yeah, well, we'll be giving away 25 gallons of gasoline, and we'll be having a reception with refreshments all day that day. And I'm asking all my beautician friends and all of my friends in the radio land to be sure and support me on that day. In fact, support the whole week. But I'm asking really to support the Gloria Matthews Sit-Inners Day. And we will have a good time all day long. We will start like 10 o'clock in the morning.
Now, Mrs.
All day.
Miss Matthews, I don't mean to be personal, but do you think that the Sit-Inners Day with you as a leader, and I know you would be looking pretty because you're one of the best dressed women in Oklahoma. Miss Luper, nothing. The fact speaks for itself. Now, do you believe that you would be able to defeat Clara Luper's Day?
Miss Luper, I will be trying. I'm always right there by you. If I don't beat you, I'll be right there with you.
Tell her, Miss Matthews.
I will be right there. Calvin and Marilyn.
Yeah, tell her we got bragging rights.
Miss Germany, and we all going to get started on this day. And so far for the last, I don't know how many years, I've been right there behind you. So I'm trying my best to beat you this year.
Well, and let's give her a whooping she will remember.
Calvin, you ought to shut up. You know that Gloria Matthews, Calvin Luper, Marilyn Hildred, Alma Washington, Lizetta Jones, Betty Germ, that bunch cannot defeat Clara Luper.
Well, we be right on your trail, Miss Luper.
You be on my trail.
That's good. We always be first run-up, so we going to try to be first run-up.
No, we're not going for first run-up. We're going for the top, Miss Matthews.
We sure are. We always do, Mr. Luper.
This year be better.
Okay, Calvin, you agreeing with Mrs. Matthews?
Of course I'm agreeing with Mrs. Matthews. The Sit-Inners Day is special to me, but it's
all
good
you weather land out there, you listen, and all my friends, you contact me or contact the Freedom Center. 424-4656 is my number, and I'll deliver your tickets to you and be there for your refreshments. and we'll just have a good time on Wednesday.
That's
Sit-in
right.
Day.
That's right. I'm looking forward to that Freedom Fiesta Day.
Yep. Thank you,
That
Miss Luper.
Wednesday.
But
All
we have
right.
heard from Miss Ray and Miss Ford, and I want to hear from Miss Ford too, because I want you all to talk. I want you all to talk and try to defeat Clara Luper,
Oh,
Maxine
Ma.
Stale, Burley and Nero, Rodale Hornbeak. You just tried. Oh, I'm telling you.
Well,
I'm
one
telling
thing
you.
about the Freedom Fiesta week is that there is a lot going on now. There's no excuse for you not to be a part of it. One day of that week, I'm certain you're off. If not, that Saturday or so, you will be able to be a part of Clara Luper's Day. But that Wednesday, when Mrs. Matthews and Merlin and Linzetta and Elma Faye and Betty and I all get together, the Sit-Inners Day will be the very special day of the Freedom Fiesta.
I wonder
And you know what else we're going to be doing,
what?
Mom? We will be registering you to vote on that day also.
Okay,
That is
well,
our
I
key.
want,
That is important.
I
this
want to
year.
hear from somebody else because somebody called
Well-
want to know what Miss Mathis is going to wear on her day. I don't know what Miss Mathis
Well,
wear.
she don't have
but
to
what-
worry about it because we know she can when she feel like it.
All right.
Good morning, caller. Welcome to the Clara Luper Radio Show on a beautiful Saturday morning. And I hope by now you called that friend, called that neighbor, and told them to be a part of this, the best radio show in radio.
Okay, hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is your traveling partner.
Rosetta Coleman.
Yes, it is.
Just
And-
back from Florida.
Yes, that is right, and a very, very enjoyable trip. But I wanted to let you know that I'm in gear this year, another year for the sit-in movement on the John E. Green Day on Monday. We're having those pound cakes again. We're not going to give that up on that day. And if you want a good pound cake to eat, you call Mrs. Coleman at 769-3446. You don't have to wait until that day to get that cake for this event.
What was that number again, Miss Coleman?
Beg your pardon?
That number, phone number to call?
769-3446. Put your order in for that delicious cake.
You're right about that. Now, I'm putting my order in publicly now.
And on that day, I don't know what's been said, I tuned in late, but we're going to beat this contest this year.
Just a minute, Miss Coleman.
I'm serious with
Miss
you.
Coleman.
I have a helper, Mrs. Green Howard, is going to help with this John E. Green sit-in movement day this year.
I don't
And
care
we're
what kind
going
of
to
green
show you what
have.
we can do.
I don't care what kind of green you
It's
have.
Green Howard, Mom. That wasn't just
Oh,
the green.
I thought you said green.
No,
But-
no, no. No,
Nah,
Mrs. Green
Rosette.
Howard.
Roselle, let's be honest with y'all. You believe you can beat the Clara Luper's Day.
Honey, I'm going to give you a run for your money this year.
Oh,
I'm
and-
going to give you a run for your money this year.
well, I want to help you, but knowing that you cannot beat Clara Luper, and I'll tell you why before I go off the air. But I would like to take one of your cakes. You can bake a cake, that one of them big old thick
That's-
pound cakes.
That's not fair. That's two.
Oh,
That's
yes,
two
it
cakes
is.
already.
It's fair. And all of you, I'm asking all those of you that's listening out here in the radio land to please give me a call and let me bake you a cake for that day.
Who else is baking cakes beside you?
No one else is baking cakes but Mrs. Coleman. We have something else in store when Mrs. Green Howard meet with us with our attorney John Green on Monday night.
Well, John Green was a young man that got us out of jail. I have a
Yes,
lot of
he
respect
is.
for his day.
And on the Monday night at 7:30, we will be there all day. And Monday night at 7 o'clock, we will be listening to Attorney John E. Green's story on this sit-in movement. And if you miss this, you're going to miss a treat. It's a story that will be told by Attorney John E. Green that if you hear it, you will never forget it.
That's
He's
right.
the attorney that when they loaded and threw Clara Luper and all the others in these so petty wagons, taking them down to the jailhouse, and by the time they got them to the jailhouse, Attorney John E. Green was there waiting on them. Now, we've got to salute and take our hats off for this attorney this year. And that is what I'm working forward to let you know we are going to go all out to beat Clara Luper this year with the Attorney John E. Green Day.
Well, I want to congratulate you, and I'm ordering a cake for you. I'm ordering salad from Miss Ray and Mrs. Ford.
All right.
But I hate to tell you this, Mrs. Coleman. You cannot beat Clara Luper.
I'm going
and
to
her
try.
game.
That's all I can do. I'm going to try.
Well,
Yeah, that's all you can do is try.
That's right. And when do you want this cake?
Oh,
Anytime?
Okay, I'll take that cake. What's the day? I'll
Today
take
is
that
Saturday.
cake.
This is
Today
a
is
special
Saturday.
day.
Yes,
This is
okay.
the Clara Luper
I'll
Radio
take that
Show
cake
day.
anytime you bring it to me.
I will be there with it Monday.
Okay.
Monday. Oh, I don't eat cake on Monday. Down at Hoffman, we have our cakes on Sunday.
Oh, you can just put it in the freezer and save it till next Sunday.
No, next Sunday.
Well, now y'all
What's
always
wrong
about
with
to-
this Sunday?
Y'all get your
Well,
cake
I
delivered
just
whenever.
see now,
Mom, 'cause-
Mrs. Coleman has made some astounding words. She says she's gonna beat Clara Luper.
Well,
Yeah.
Mom, that is one of the objectives that all the advisors have, and there's really no fear. And I'm sitting here, I'm laughing at Mrs. Coleman. She'll have that delicious cake. Sure, the cake is great. Miss Ray with her beautiful salad. Sure, the salads are ready. You with the parade and the dinner. But Mrs. Matthews and I, we know where the booger with the sugar is. We know that the best
right.
dressed person on Wednesday will be Mrs. Matthews. We know that the best advisors that will raise the most money during the course of the Freedom Fiesta, that will register the most people to vote, will happen on that Wednesday, on Gloria Matthews Day, where the sit-inners will be celebrating.
Well, we're
This
just going to
anniversary.
let the money talk.
Yeah,
Okay.
because they just talk and they know they might as well. Because
Okay.
we will make our first report to knock you out on Monday night to show that we aren't playing.
All right.
You just
Okay.
wait till you hear from Burley and Nero. Okay.
Oh, no doubt. But
Wonder
Johnny
what we-
Green Day, Mom, you know, Johnny Green made a big step back then. Imagine a young lawyer, barely in business, barely the ink not dry on his shingle yet, but willing to go downtown and to take on the establishment, is what we call it now, and did it in a dignified and a righteous manner. Ended up staying with the movement. Didn't just go one Saturday.
And
Didn't
he's
pick
still
that-
with the
he's-
movement.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, and has gone on through the ranks. The Assistant Attorney, United States Attorney General, former DA. He's done the max. But then that first step back then, I can imagine. I'm just going to be interested to hear what his speech will be all about. But, Mom, we have another caller on the line. I'm happy
Okay.
to talk with them, and they've been waiting. Thank you, caller, for waiting on this, a very beautiful Saturday morning. Have you called that friend? Hello? Have you called a neighbor? Hello? You haven't called a friend, a neighbor, you just called here and we missing you on that call. Well, maybe
Okay.
we'll catch it on the next. You know, I miss talking with Fluky McDaniels, Mom. I hope he's able to get in, too, with words
Well,
of
he's
wisdom.
on that Clara Luper team. You don't have to worry
yeah,
about it.
that is.
Everyone to join us on August the 19th as we celebrate and honor Cecil L. Williams, the black businessman.
Wait a minute. I think I know this voice.
Oh, you do?
Oh, okay. I got it now. This is Mrs.
Forward.
Leola Ford. How
Yes,
you doing? Okay.
I'm fine.
Good.
Yes, as I sat and listened to all of these individuals trying to beat Mrs. Luper, but I know on August the 19th, we will give Mrs. Luper a run for her money.
Oh, tell it.
Are you saying that you're going to beat Clara Luper?
Yes, Mrs. Luper, we're going to beat you.
I hope my cousin heard that, because if my cousin heard that, I know he's going to be really excited, and he's going to say, nobody beat my cousin.
I
Okay.
know he'll do all he can to see that we will beat you, Mrs. Luper.
Okay.
Can
So
they
we
have
invite
salad?
you to
That's a
join us
salad
on
day.
that day.
Okay, what kind of salads are you selling on that day?
Oh, Mrs. Luper, there are so many kinds of salads. We want you to be surprised.
Okay.
We at this time we plan to start at 10:30 and probably go as long as we need to go. So we
Okay.
invite you to join us, and we'll have a good time in honoring the black businessman Cecil L. Williams.
But you need to go all night if you're going to beat Clara Luper.
Well, we can do that too.
Okay. Okay, then. Thank you, Mrs. Ford.
So bye-bye.
Now, this is the Clara Luper radio show, and we are talking about the Freedom Fiesta, which made it possible for you out there in Radio Land, to go down and eat anywhere in town to go to any hotel to celebrate. No wonder the class of the 50s are coming by Freedom Center today to see for themselves. This is Clara Luper. Hello. Hello?
Wisdom.
Yes.
Opportunity can be kind and never hard to find.
Opportunity what?
Opportunity to be kind is never hard to find.
Oh, thank you. I got to get Calvin in here because he's been waiting to hear from you. Fluke has told us. Fluke has told us. Fluke, you've been part of the Freedom Fiesta,
Thank
you have always supported us. I shall never forget you during the sit-in movement.
And I always will.
And we always, now, they've been running their mouths. Would you tell the radio audience which day would be the most outstanding day? Be sure and tell them now.
Thank you, Fluky.
Okay.
Thank you, Fluky.
All right.
Good. All
Wait a
right.
minute, Fluky.
You was gonna
Tell
say-
him it's going
you
to be
was gonna
Clara
say the
Luper's
sit-in
day.
This is the Clara Luper
Oh,
Day, the big
That's
time
my,
Clara
that's
Luper.
my.
The big
I told
time
you
Clara
I
Luper.
can't lose because of the people that I have. I don't have to go around making friends. I made my friends. They are all stepping up. You can see Mrs. Woods getting ready to support me.
Okay.
Mrs. Simmons, Joe Simmons, and his beautiful wife. You would never see no support like Clara Luper. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Fluky. That was good. That was great.
We haven't heard from the presidents or any of them. Where's Lady Ruth Hunter and Nancy Davis? They scared to call because they know they can't beat Clara Luper.
Well, Mom, you know, one thing about the Clara Luper radio show here on Saturday morning is that people across this state look forward to it, not only because they know they're going to be kept up to date on current activities, but they also know that they're going to find out how they, in their home communities, they in their home block, can continue to fight for freedom. You know, freedom ain't free. And so many times, so many of us will go punch in that time clock and get in our new car, a new car to us, look at our gas hand and say, wow, it sure is good to be free. But remember, somebody, somewhere, sacrificed one day for a long time to make it possible for you to punch in that time clock, for you to drive down that highway, for you to stop at that red light. And that didn't come free. So you can do something.
Okay,
you
can
can give
we
a
have
little bit
someone
back.
on the
Mom,
line?
I'm just, let me finish now. You can
okay.
give something back. And one way is during the Freedom Fiesta Week. You can do it
Okay.
every day during the week.
Okay.
During the year, but Freedom Fiesta Week would be a special time. But Mom, we
Okay.
have a call on the line.
Okay.
And we'll go back to them. And then I'll tell you a little more the next time we get a break because Fluky
Okay.
works hard
Well,
with both
Fluky
teams.
knows.
He works with your team, but he
Yeah,
also
Fluky-
works for the sit-inners.
What are you talking about?
Okay, but we're not going to worry about it. Good
Okay.
morning. How are you doing?
Hello there, Calvin. This is Nancy Davis.
Mom just mentioned your name, saying you wouldn't call.
Yes.
I knew you would call. How you doing, Auntie?
Oh, I'm doing fine. You know, I could not get in for all of these excited people about the Freedom Fiesta. The Freedom Fiesta is really something that we look forward to every year, and there's competition with all of us, but we're all working toward the same goals. And I would like for you to know that on Friday, August the 22nd, you can't miss that Lillian Oliver, Lady Ruth Hunter, and the Nancy Randolph Davis breakfast, which begins at 7:30 in the morning.
Oh, my goodness.
And you know we will have good old hot pancakes with syrup and jelly, hot sausage and bacon, fruit, coffee, juice, and all of the trimmings. We want you to be sure to make that day a big day, a winning day. And, of course, that particular evening on August the 22nd...
But you didn't tell us where the breakfast would be.
Oh, the breakfast will be at the Freedom Center, 2609 Martin Luther King Avenue. And we would like for you to be sure to be there. Now, if that's not all, on Friday evening, we will have the fashion show, back-to-school fashion show, which begins at 7:30. We will have back-to-school models. We'll have the school kids. We'll have elementary kids, high school kids, adults, and we'll have a great fashion show. We want you to be sure to come.
and we want you to support us because Clara Luper has always said that she is the winner. But we are saying this year, watch out for Lady Ruth Hunter, Nancy Davis, and Lillian Oliver. We are going to have one of the greatest fashion shows, and we are going to try to beat this Miss Clara Luper. And listen, don't forget that we'll be crowning the king and queen for the Freedom Fiesta, the prince and the princess from the elementary school. And don't forget to see that big parade, because those kids from the Freedom Fiesta Fashion Show will be leading the parade on Saturday, the Clara Luper Day. So I'm expecting all of my friends come and get behind us, all of Lady Ruth's friends, our churches, our organizations, work with us, because we are going to try to beat that Miss Clara Luper this year, because we have not beaten her for the last years. Thank you.
That's right. This is the 45th year, and I haven't been defeated yet.
Well, Mama,
Nancy, wait a minute. I want to
okay.
ask her. You're a graduate of OSU. You're a graduate of Sepulpa, Douglas High School in Sepulpa. Do you
Booker
think
T. Washington High School.
Oh, that's the name of Booker T. Washington High School in Sepulpa. You really believe, with all your education, with all your know-how, that you can beat Clara Luper on Clara Luper's Day?
Well, Mrs. Luper,
do you believe it? Answer the question.
I beat you because I have a lots of friends from OSU, Langston University, Sepulpa, Booker T. Washington High School, and I'm telling you, I just attended a funeral yesterday. Robert Davis, one of our classmates, and his brother, Don Davis, Attorney Don Davis, will be sure to be there for our breakfast. Well, he's going to support us anyway.
Well, good. With all your strength, with all of your force, you believe you can beat Clara Luper from Grayson.
Why, sure. Just think, I have Roy Hardeman with me. Dr. Worth had me. And I have all of these good people, like the people from the different churches and the organizations that I belong to. You know, I belong to 33 organizations. And they're going to give me at least $1 or $2.
Well, great. I'm really proud of you for trying. Keep trying, honey. But your eyes may glitter and your teeth may wiggle. But Clara Luper, you'll never beat. All right.
That almost rhymed, Mom.
Okay, Mrs. Looper, just keep
You're
it up,
talking,
and we're just going to show you that we can beat you. Just listen.
Okay.
Come on, lady.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
The public will have an opportunity in the next few minutes. I wish I could hear from Lady Ruth Hunter, because I'd like to hear Lady Ruth Hunter say, "You're right. We can't beat you, Clara." Hello?
Good morning, caller. Thanks for being a part of the show.
Hello.
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I just had to call and compliment. I am so proud of Clara Luper.
All right.
I went to John Marshall when she was teaching there, and I have always thought that she has just been the most outstanding lady in Oklahoma City when it comes to anything got to do with black activists and NAACP, and she's unbeatable in my heart and my sight. I've seen a lot of people try to imitate her, but she's just up there. She's too far to come down. And you just keep going, Miss Luper.
Okay, well, thank you.
I love you.
Kevin, now you heard that.
I heard that, but see,
now
one
you've
thing,
been sitting up here wondering why is it that I can't be beat?
Wait, no, I'm not. I haven't wondered that, because you notice I had to step out of the blue room for a minute. I had to take a call because some of the people that will be participating in the on the sit-ins day, not only are they talking that talk, but they walking that walk. And immediately after the show, I have to go by one of the people that will be celebrating with us. And you know what, Mom? They already have their donation ready.
Oh, well, that's good.
So that's just
but Carol,
one.
Let me tell you
and
the reason y'all can't beat me.
Well,
and let it roll.
You want to get this caller first?
Okay, I'll get that caller, and then I'm going to tell y'all why I can't be beat. Hello.
Good morning, Miss Luper.
Yes.
It's Mr. Nero.
Oh,
yes, all right. Mr. Nero, you're part of that Clara Luper's Day.
Yes, I've been sitting here listening to all these individuals talk. It sounds pretty good, but, money talk.
Yes, it does. That's why I told you about the country.
It's good to talk a conversation, but doing it is a different thing.
Uh-oh.
And we're ready for Saturday morning, Clara Luper's Day.
What you ready to do?
We're ready all day long, from the starting of the parade to the end.
And now, Berlin, you're a deacon.
Yes,
You're a
ma'am.
leader.
Yes.
Do you believe that Bosie Walker, Rosetta Coleman, Leola Ford, Wilma Ray, Gloria Matthews,
Yes,
Calvin and that
Matthews.
group, and the presidents and Lady Ruth Hunter and Nancy can beat Clara Luper?
No way.
All right.
No
Now
way.
you
There
have
is
some-
no
Be
way.
realistic.
It's good to try, but it's no way. Nothing
All right.
beats a try but a failure. But
All right.
there's no way. There's no way they're going to beat Clara Luper's
Okay,
Day.
you're saying Clara Luper's Day starting off on Saturday. Where? What?
That's August 23rd.
What's happening then? I want to know more about it. Want to hear somebody else brag on her day besides Clara Luper. Now,
Hey,
what's
know more
happening?
about it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we're starting off Saturday morning early with a parade from Pitts Park. And we're going to have a wonderful time from Pitts Park, and I've got a lot of help this year. And I'm so proud of them. 1920 North Cape, Pitts Park. And we're going to leave Pitts Park and come down. A lot of you coming on down here from to Northeast 23rd Street to Martin Luther King. And we're going to have a good time. We're just going to have a wonderful time. I tell you, it's so exciting. I just really can't tell you about it. It's so exciting. I mean, because we got so much going on, and I got so many individuals helping me out.
All right,
and,
go.
and it's a wonderful thing to know that Clara Luper's Day is one of the best days. It's the only day, really,
Oh, man.
leading up to the big fiesta.
Ain't that something?
That's what the
Excuse
fiesta's
me.
all about,
It's
you know,
no
uh,
such word as ain't.
Well, this is what it is. I understand. Miss Stevenson, I know you're listening, my teacher listening, too.
Yeah.
But we're so excited about Clara Luper's Day and the big parade Saturday morning coming from Pitts Park.
Well, how
And
can
I'm
we?
asking everyone that has anyone that knows anybody that want to march, you can call Burley and Nero, or you can call Mr. John Pettis Jr. Since he wants to help me, so I've got plenty of help.
All right. What's that phone number, Berlin?
Well, my number is 737-4402.
737 for what?
402.
0. That's not enough numbers.
You went to area code 405.
No, 73740.
No, he said
24.
4402.
Calvin.
Say you,
Oh, okay. That's
Berlin, he's so scared because he knows he's going to get beat. He can't even write a number down.
I can't hear well. There's something wrong with the microphone.
Well, I
Not
can
the-
understand
with the
that. You probably
earphone.
can't hear it because it's Saturday. I mean, it's Clara Luper's Day.
Okay.
And we're going to have a wonderful day. We're going to wind up at night with a Freedom Fiesta dinner at Burn Hall, and we're going to have a wonderful time. We're going to have a wonderful time Saturday, all day Saturday.
Oh, I just say it again
All
so
day
they
Saturday.
can
I'm
hear.
just so excited all day.
I still got.
I mean, it's going to be wonderful. Calvin, yes.
I got 7374402.
Two.
Okay.
Yeah,
Look at he can't hear well.
Yeah,
because he-
Well, at
Oh,
least I'm
information.
honest with it. You
and
know.
bragging about somebody giving him a donation. He hasn't seen nothing yet.
Wait till we leave here. You'll see that donation.
I'm sorry to do it, too, get you all excited that you can't write
That's,
your number.
it wasn't that. I just wanted other people to make sure that they had the number right. We tell you to keep your pen and your pencil ready when you listen to the Clara Luper radio show.
Right.
Here you're talking about a parade,
Right.
and all I got to do is any of my organizations or my church, all we have to do is give you a call at this 737-402
402.
number, and we can be a part of the parade.
And I got another number here,
Okay.
824.
Go slow now. I'm right-handed.
824. You don't have to go slow. Go
824.
fast like we are going on.
9036.
90 what?
9036.
9036. Okay.
Thank you, Berlin.
All right.
It's time now for me to explain to the people why. Let me call these names again. Bosie Walker on Doc Williams' Day, Rosetta Coleman on John Green's Day, Leola Ford and Wilma Ray on Cecil L. Williams' Day, the President, Lydia Jackson, Coco, Shelton, Ford, and that group cannot, and Lady Ruth Hunter and Nancy Davis cannot beat Clara Luper. Now I'm going to tell you why. Because Clara Luper's Day represents all that have participated in the sit-in movement. That's the first thing.
Okay.
The second thing, Clara Luper's from Hoffman, Oklahoma, graduated in the top class at Grayson High School, and in the top 5, and you can't say that. However, there were only 5 in my class. Because I have the backing of my church, the Fifth Street Baptist Church is going to help Clara Luper, the Amigas Club, the Zeta Phi Beta Sorority, and since my daughter is an AKA, the AKAs are going to help me, the Woods Neighborhood Club, and don't talk about my kin folks who will be having their anniversary in Texas next week. The Blows, the Halls, the Rivers, the Shepherds, the Overstreets. Now, how in the world are you going to beat that combination? Plus, my friends, and don't start talking about Clara Luper. You'll get in trouble with Mrs. Woods and the Simmons. You are not. And white folks love Clara Luper. They love me so well until when I move in a neighborhood, they'll move out because they know that they can't keep their yards as pretty as mine. These white folks love Clara Luper. Don't let anybody fool you. I remember during the sit-ins, they were talking about Mrs. John A. Brown's and Clara Luper. Well, when Mrs. John A. Brown died, she left Clara Luper the same thing she left you. And you weren't even down there. But anyway, I'm telling you, the church people, because they know I'll make the announcements, the business community. But let me tell you what I want you to do during the Freedom Fiesta week. First, I want you to go into a black business. Go into a black restaurant.
Well, let's go
to
slow
Florence.
now.
Go to Florence's. Go to Stale's restaurant. Go to anywhere you see blacks trying to make it in business, you go there and eat. Now, let me tell you something. We cannot rise as a race until we get support. Go and help black business. Buy some gasoline for some black people. Sure, and then when you do it, say, we are here because we know that August is Freedom Fiesta week and we want to show our respect. And we're going to register you. If we have to put a rope around your neck and take you to the polls, we're going to get you out to vote. Because if we don't vote, we're going to be in some serious trouble. They say over 100,000 people are unemployed. We've got to correct it. Now, let me see. You will not have the opportunity but one time in your life. You will not have the opportunity in 2003 to see all these people go down to defeat. They will go down worse than the Lakers did. Let me tell you what.
Oh, my goodness.
And those of you that will be attending the banquet, the tickets are only $25. The silver tickets, the gold tickets, $50, and the diamond tickets, $100. Now, beat that combination. And when you come to that dinner, I want you to be dressed up, because we have to show how much progress we've made in 45 years. This year we're going to honor some of our outstanding citizens. I think I'll give them to you in doses.
Okay.
I'll tell you 2 or 3 this time. Next week I'll tell you 2 or 3 more. We are going to honor Mrs. Lucy Alexander because she becomes a symbol of what the sit-in movement was all about. We are going to honor the retired Assistant Attorney Federal General Johnny Green. We are going to honor Reverend Rosenberg. Now, I've told you 3 people we are going to honor, and I better whisper and tell you. We are going to honor Mrs. Laverta Turner.
Oh, okay.
And those of you that want to witness this, you better get your tickets because it's going to be a complete sellout. You remember last year, there were so many people at that dinner, we had to continue to bring chairs in. We have someone on the line. Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Raw. Mrs. Luper?
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
I wanted you to know that Rhoda and John Roth has not spoken yet. You are the winner.
All right.
No,
All
okay.
right. Go,
You know
Mr.
the
Rob.
truth.
You know that.
That's right. The
sure.
proof is in the pudding.
Huh?
The proof is in the pudding.
That's right. Tell them about
And we
it.
will let the world know that they do a lot of jaw jacking,
Oh, Lord.
but we let them put the money where the mouth is.
That's what we plan on doing, Ms. Roth. Thank
That's
you.
right.
Tell them again, Miss Roth.
I wanted the world to know that Fifth Street Baptist Church, along with Rhoda and John Roth, that Mrs. Clara Luper is the winner.
All right.
And I wanted my friend Rosetta Coleman and all the other friends of mine to know I'm still your friend, but Mrs. Clara Luper is the winner.
All right.
I'm sure
Have a
you.
blessed
That's
day.
part of
Well,
my
I tell you,
team.
that's
That's
part
part
of
of
your
my
team.
team. Mr. Gates on my team.
That's right.
Okay.
Have a blessed day in the Lord.
Well,
Thank
thank
you.
you,
Bye-bye.
Calvin.
Thank you for the words of
Ross,
encouragement,
Clara
Mrs.
Lou.
Rolfe. I really
That's
need that
encouraging.
encouragement.
You need some encouragement.
We don't need
You
nothing
be
but
as
the
far
time.
behind as a 1920 Ford.
Well, Mama, 1924 today is worth so much money that you probably wish you had one. If you could start it, if you could find the tires for it. But a 1924 is a thing of value. But I'm looking forward, though, to the Freedom Fiesta. You've told and we've told, but then you laid
I told you,
the
boy, you
icing
can't
on
beat
it.
me. I have too many
Lucy,
students. Do
I'm-
you think my students from Dungy School,
I'm
from
not
John
worried
Marshall High
about
School,
John
from
G,
Northwest
John
Country,
Marshall.
let you beat me? Oh,
It
that
would be a
reflecting
snap
on
this
me.
year. It's going to be a snap this year. Isn't that right, Mrs. Matthews, Merle, and Alma all of us? We're going to work together to make that week a success. But we're going to register at least 1,000 new voters. We will
And
have
we are
a heck
going
of a
to
parade.
go to black restaurants, and we're going to eat. We're going to support black business, and our white friends are going to come over and support us.
I'm looking forward to it. But, Mom, this has been a special week, and we've had some losses. Reverend Bohannon, Sister Slaughter.
Reverend,
Judge
Bohannon.
Bohannon.
Yeah. Can
You know,
we have
it's-
you so confused?
Yeah,
until-
I tell you, I've been talked about and misused. There's some of the calls I'm glad we didn't put on the air, but then the big thing is that we are getting ready for the fiesta, and I am a little confused, but I'm not this confused. I know that there was one family that had the celebration of celebrations this week because Roy Montgomery III is here.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Roy Montgomery has a new boy. But Ronald Douglas has a new boy.
Okay, but Roy Montgomery III is here. I think Thursday he made his grand entrance into the world. We're looking forward to it. And Roy, I know that you're going to hear some great singing during the course of your life because your grandmother and your grandmother and your father and your mother and you got talent in your family, but nothing like this. So this song goes out to you, Roy. Get closer to the phone.
And to be sure to
Get
tell Ronald
close.
Douglas is.
Okay, Ronald Douglas, you get your baby close to the radio too, because this goes out to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Roy the Third. Happy birthday, Brother Douglas. Happy birthday to you, and may you have many, many more.
You've heard from everybody today. It's working the leaders of the Freedom Fiesta. Now you must make a choice. You will have to decide what team you are going to work on. We will be at Freedom Center immediately after the radio broadcast, and we would like for you to come with your brains and your ideas. That is the way we keep the doors open at Freedom Center. That's the way we pay our gas, our lights, our water, keep that building clean. We have so much work to do. Those of you that have suffered from discrimination of any kind, come to us. See what we can do. We want to help because we are all in this together. I've tried during my years that I have been allowed to live on God's beautiful earth to do what I can for everyone. And certainly I would like to congratulate Mrs. Bosie Walker, Miss Rosetta Coleman, Mrs. Leola Ford, Miss Wilma Ray, Miss Gloria Mathis, Calvin, Merlin, Alma, Betty, and that group. I would like to congratulate Mrs. Letty Ruth Hunter and Nancy Davis. In congratulating you, I want to remind you that you cannot beat Clara Luper from Hoffman, Oklahoma. Although some of you, like Bosie Walker and Leola Ford, were born in Texas, Gloria Mathis in Oklahoma, and Rosetta Coleman in Oklahoma, Letty Ruth Hunter in Stroud or Chandler somewhere, you can't beat me because in the first place, you can't beat me. This is Clara Luper saying, I'll see you at Freedom Center. Come on by. If you would like to say, I'm going down to a place to eat, knowing that I couldn't have eaten there if it had not been for the sit-ins, and I'll join you in celebrating. But what we want to do is to support one another. Bye-bye, and on next Saturday at the same time. I will tell you. That's when the money will talk. We will see who's ahead next Saturday.
Be no doubt, Mom. Thank you, listeners. Call that friend, call that neighbor. Be nice to somebody all week. Mom, you want to close with something?
I'm closing now by saying Clara Luper's team is a team. Bye-bye, and I do love you.
We'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to the Clara Luper Show. Join Sister Clara Luper here each and every Saturday from 9 until 10 at your number one gospel station, KTLV. And until next Saturday, may God bless you.
And the views and opinions expressed on the preceding program were not necessarily those of AM Radio 1220 KTLV.